Hello and welcome back to the show today. I am Kim Narker, your host, and today I'm going to be talking about neck pain fix. I'm also going to be throwing in some tightness fixes for neck pain. And guys, most of you have lived with neck pain at one time or another. Maybe you are experiencing neck pain when you wake up and you've got some stiffness in your neck. Maybe you've noticed that you can't turn your neck all the way easily and it's a little stiff, or maybe you carry your stiffness up here and you figure it's due to stress. No matter what kind of pain you're experiencing, if it's in the neck, listen up to this video. I want to talk about some of the short-term fixes that make you feel like you're getting relief, and then I'm going to jump into what a permanent fix will be for you. Now, in this video today, when I talk about necks, I first want you to really understand what is going on in a deeper level here, and how we look at things differently than our traditional models of care. Now, the cervical spine is 7 vertebrae, and there are discs in between all of those vertebrae, and there's C1 through C7. And then the thoracic spine is T1 through T12, and then you have your lumbar spine, your pelvis, your hips, down to your feet. So neck pain can be very frustrating, and in most cases, you can YouTube stretches for your neck. You can YouTube strengthening for your neck. And those things will give you some relief. But the problem here is there's no easy, quick fix for neck pain. And that's because everything that causes pain in the neck doesn't mean your problem is coming from the neck. It could be coming from your thoracic spine. It could be coming from your upper shoulder area. And when these problems are not resolved, the communication from your brain to your nervous system to the actual joint and to the muscle, we call this circle the deconditioning circle, and we call that a deconditioning cycle. And unless you break that, your neck pain is not going to be resolved long term. You're going to see Band-Aid treatments all over the place that are going to lure you in. One of the Band-Aid treatments are stretching. You know, if you sit at your desk and you start feeling tight, if you'll do these neck stretches, then you'll get instant relief. Or maybe you take a tennis ball and you put it in the back here, you've got some active trigger points, and you rub that on the wall, or you take your arm up and down and you sort of take that muscle and you relax that muscle. That's going to give you relief. Or maybe you're told to, do chin tucks, sit up tall, and make sure you're not slouching down. All of those things are not wrong, and they're going to produce a different result. None of them combined will give you a long-term result. The only way you are going to get a long-term result from neck pain and tightness is to find out where the problem is coming from, and then treat it and build a program that is going to restore full joint mobility, decrease the activation of degeneration that's going to build up unless you get that root cause stopped and gain joint mobility. You're going to have to rebuild, recondition the muscles that support the cervical spine, the thoracic spine, and the shoulders. And then you're going to have to make sure that you're not compensating in ways that cause stress or strain and cause those muscles to tighten up and hold. Many of you hear so many causes of neck pain. The cause is your pillow. The cause is that you didn't sleep well. The cause is that you hold stress in this area. The cause is that you're an office worker and you sit in a slouch position and you're sitting at a desk, so that desk is your problem. But I'm here to tell you, all of those things combined, even if you do your stretches at your desk and you sit up in the most perfect posture and you use a tennis ball or a Theragun or you get a massage, all of those are just Band-Aids and short-term fixes. There is no quick and easy fix that will fix neck pain unless you find where the pain is coming from and fix that problem. And guys, most of you get caught up in that cycle of, okay, well, I'll just use a ball every day, or I'll just do 10 minutes of stretching every day. Or if I sit in good posture and I do that and throw my shoulder blades back, I will see long-term benefits. I'm sorry, guys. One day you're going to wake up and you're going to have a stiff neck, and that is going to get worse and worse and worse and worse, because your communication system between your brain and your joints and your muscles via the nervous system is not going to stop until that cycle is completely broken and the muscle strength is restored. And doing just big muscle movements are not going to give you the stability deep that you need to fix your neck pain long term. So let's talk about what that journey looks like for you if you do have tightness in your neck, and or you carry your stress here, or you're an office worker, or maybe you travel a lot and you have a bag on your shoulder and that bag is causing some discomfort now. Or maybe you're younger and you have a little one and you have to pick them up and it's really difficult to pick them up because of your shoulder pain or your neck pain. Or maybe you can't pick them up at all because you don't have strength. All of those reasons are actually warning signs for you, saying that, hey, there is a mobility and a stability problem within your cervical spine, your thoracic spine, or your shoulders. And your body is asking for help. It's asking for you to see a practitioner that's going to look at what the problem is. And when you address the problem, you will get long-term relief. So you won't have that tightness where stress is holding on. And if you do, it'll just be during episodes of stress. And when the stress is over and you acknowledge the stress and you do what you need to do for stress, then that will dissipate. If you have neck pain when you wake up in the morning and it's because of your pillow, if you fix the problem in your thoracic spine, your cervical spine, and your shoulders, then you won't wake up with stiffness in the morning. You won't be stiff and have to stretch at your desk. You won't have to do those specific stretching and strengthening exercises every day for the rest of your life. You fix the problem and you can live your life and do the things that you want to do. You can travel. You can pick up your child without experiencing pain after. You can actually travel long distances without having to do those stretches, just to help make it through the trip. When you resolve the problem and where the problem is coming from, then you will get long-term relief. Long-term relief comes from taking all of those 7 joints in your neck, all the 12 joints in your thoracic spine, and then there's a lot of joints in your upper shoulders. All of those are supposed to move a certain way. When you don't have that mobility, that is already a signal that the deconditioning cycle is present. What's happening there is that cycle, which is that circle where your brain communicates with your nervous system and your nervous system communicates to the muscles and the joints, that's going to send a message to hold and tighten the joint capsule. When your joint capsule is restricted and it is not moving well, and when we're talking just about the joint capsules in the cervical region, you're going to see limitations in rotation. You're going to feel stiff and you're going to be turning with your upper body instead of turning with your neck. And when you turn with the neck, you might have pain in one area. It means that the mobility is not there, and that is already a sign that the deep stabilizing muscles are not working effectively. In order to get long-term relief, you have to gain mobility in each of those joints. You have to gain mobility in your thoracic spine and your shoulders. Everything needs to disassociate, move freely, and there needs to be muscular stability there in order for you to not advance towards diagnoses like degenerative disc disease, stenosis, arthritis. Those conditions start when you are in a high inflamed state, but also start because you have a joint restriction. And if you've got, let's say this is C3 and C4, those are typically a little far forward because of posture, and they're not moving correctly. And when they're not stacked on top of each other and moving freely in a normal mobility, then that active deconditioning cycle is present. Now, if you are wanting to stay with your quick fixes, then use your ball every day. Use your Theragun every day. Go get a massage. Go and make sure you do your stretches every day for the rest of your life. But those of you who want to get your life back and you want to live your life without having to stretch every day and without having to use that Theragun, and you don't want to grab that massage ball anymore, you don't want to go to the massage therapist twice a month, for those of you that want true relief, Seeking Care from a Stretch Mobility Coach can get that for you. A stretch mobility coach is going to look at your cervical spine. They're going to look at your thoracic spine. They're going to look at your shoulders. And they're going to look to see if the mobility is within what we think is a healthy mobility for every single one of those joints. They're going to work on improving mobility through a hands-on technique called the stretch method. And they're going to hit every single one of those joints, every treatment. And then they're going to look at the muscle health to see where the muscle is in its state. Is it not working? Is it not firing? Or is it just weak? Or is it completely atrophied? They're going to assess that, and then they're going to build a program around hands-on care first, and then refiring muscles to make sure that that connection from the brain, the nervous system, the joint, and the muscle is working appropriately. And once they do that, they're going to work on a solid reconditioning program that's going to take every one of the muscles that have been turned off due to this deconditioning cycle, and they're going to turn every one of them back on, make sure they're working, make sure that the pathways and the motor responses that send the messages that slow down or are altered are restored back to normal. And when you do that, then you can travel without pain. You can sleep with whatever pillow you want to sleep with. You can pick up your child. You can put them on your shoulders. And you can do all of the things that you want to be able to do in your life. Guys, I hope you found this information helpful. I hope that you choose the route of, stopping seeking care from just a Band-Aid treatment. And you really reach out to a stretch mobility coach to see where your problem is coming from and what successful treatment looks like. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope this was helpful. Please share this information with all of your friends who are complaining of neck pain, or if you're seeing everybody stretch or they maybe woke up with tightness and it's because of their pillow. Reach out to a stretch mobility coach near you, and if you are interested to find a coach, I'll put a link below so that you can find a coach near you and get your life back so that you can live a life without limits. Thanks so much, guys, and I'll see you next week.